Okay, we were talking a little bit about Crow the other day and how it makes a big difference. Just wanted to do a quick demo here of how I set up Crow on the 18MZ, which is same for the 12 or the 14 and I think even the 8FG. So I've got my this is my new 3D jet. It's got the thrust vectoring on it, so I've got to set up Crow in it anyways, and I'll just show how I'm going to do this one. So I basically have two ailerons on each side, and I'll just go through it. So on the 18, I hope that's clear. If you go into model, so there's the linkage and there's the model menu. Under program mixes, you come up with all these. The first thing I do is, this is just a normal mix right now, or if you push on mode, you can change it to a step function. So now that one's a step function here. So I'm going to go in and program this. So in here, just for clarity, I'm just going to, I'm only going to play with two here. So I'll just make the two bottom ones gyro. Okay, so I want ailerons to have Crow in it. So I'm going to click on aileron the right outer. And here I'm going to click on the left outer. Okay, so that's going to move this one here. I'll have Crow in this one. And then over on the other one here, I'll have Crow on this one. Okay, so those are my two. First thing I want to do is I'm going to turn it, I want to turn on, and I'm going to select a switch. So here I will select SC, which is that switch there. So that'll be the switch I'm going to have for Crow. And let me make sure the on position is right. So it's off on the first two positions, and Crow will come on in the bottom. So that's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Crow in. So when the switch comes on, I'll exaggerate it for now. I'll give 40%, and on this one it'll be the opposite. Okay, and we'll show you that one. So now if I hit the switch, you see it comes on now when the switch is all the way down. And all that looks like now is that. My ailerons still have the function, but now one's actually just reflexed a little bit. And if I move my switch down, so there's on, off. Now it's kind of abrupt, and if we were flying like that and you hit the Crow, that would throw the trim off a little bit. So in here, you can go under speed, and let's increase that to 27. Oops, and this one to 27. Now if I hit the on button, well, that's a little slow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's change that. Let's drop it down to 23. So now when it comes on, it kind of goes up slow. And if I wanted it to go down really fast, I could leave it at 0. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pop this up to say 10. I'll go move. See, now it goes down fairly fast, goes up slow. That's all there is to it, really. What you can do then too is under the HW, the fine trim, I can select a switch. So I'll select, for example, this rotary dial here, which is LD. And if I take the rate and up that to 100%, now what I can do is if I activate Crow, let's see if I can get that in here. By changing this dial now in flight, oops, I did the wrong one here. Let me just go. I have to do LD for both. 100%. Okay. So now, so there's my crow, obviously very exaggerated, but if I take this dial now and I turn it, I can fine tune that. So I could go into 3D mode, I could play around, and I could just take this dial and just keep playing with it as I'm 3Ding around just to see what feels right. And once I get it right, lock it in place, and when I come down then I just set that up just using my servo monitor and lock that in, and I've got it trimmed out in one flight. I don't have to land each time, bump it up a little bit, and then take back off and fly it. I can just fly and just change this dial here to change the amount of crow until I get it feeling right. So that's how I do it. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to do it. The other option too is if you start playing with your delay function over here on your ailerons, you could have it that when you hit the switch, it takes a while to turn on or off. That's not really important for this, but you can use this this screen here to do a lot of cool sequencing stuff when you get into gear doors and retracts and stuff with jets and warbirds. Anyways, I love this step function. Just awesome. You can see, I don't know about on the other ones, but the 18 gives you basically 10. You could do 10 step functions, and within each step function, oops, that's a regular one. Within each step function, you could basically program 4 different surfaces. So you could do up to 40 different step functions, you know, on one switch if you wanted. So really, really powerful. Okay, over now.